Luca Nation, welcome back to another episode of Lucas Tigers Bronze. Oh my! I'm pretty excited for today's episode. There's a few reasons why. I mean, my play today I think is stellar. I really do. I think it's actually a play that's going to raise like a bigger conversation. Uh,
Ooh.
it's been a long day, guys, and today it's funny. We had a few partnership conversations, and it's funny. Like we always say, like we want to keep our content free. Today really feels like the work that we're putting in to make this content free for our community. I now have a gray beard that I shaved today, so none of you guys can see. But no, we work hard. We work hard to find good partners that are able to pay the bills so that our community could grow, our community could profit, and we could keep this content for free without a Patreon or a paid subscription service because, from day one, we've been saying you guys shouldn't be paying for content. It's not the model that we want. So, but today's, if we're feeling it, I guess, so to speak. But
Yeah. What kind of doctor is it? Like a cardiologist that takes care of like when you have a stroke? I know a cardiologist is like a heart doctor, maybe like a brain doctor. I don't know. But when I have a stroke from all the crap we're dealing with, we got to have somebody to pay for it. My insurance won't cover it. So yeah, jeez. What a fun
These shoulders
day,
were meant. These shoulders were meant to carry the weight. No, but you guys know, good stuff comes from it. We care about the community. We care about the growth. We want to do it the right way, and we're learning a lot. We're learning a lot. But I couldn't be more excited about the future. Speaking of the future, Cage, my
I
play
believe
today
the
is
children
actually
are our future.
is that a fact?
Yes, I believe the children are our future. I've told you this many times.
At what age are children cut off? Like from
Ooh.
when is it no longer children and they're adults? Like, is there an age? Because it used to be 18.
Well, in the book of your people, 13 is the cutoff, right? 13. Well, the cutoff is 8 days, but they only cut off a little bit. Then the cutoff of adulthood is 13. I was talking about cutting off something else, like a little snippy.
Like 13 years old, like 2,000 years ago, isn't the same as 13 now. You know what I mean? Like,
it's very true. My daughter's almost 13. She still would burn the house down if I left her alone for more than 6 minutes. Right. So yes, not an adult.
And like 2,000 years ago, the women were getting married at that age. Now, I believe 18 is the new 13.
All right. I mean, I'll buy that. 18, you can play the lotto. You can enter into a contract, which most states will consider that the act of adulthood. You can basically bind yourself at the age of 18 to a contract. Let's see. 18 used to be cigarettes, but not anymore. 18 used to be drinking, but not anymore. I think you can buy weed now. You can buy weed at like the age of like 6 now. So that's out the window. That doesn't even count.
Were you ever a smoker?
No, I'll smoke a cigar, and I can't wait. By the way, not going to spoil it, but I got an awesome message from a member of our community who I've mentioned a couple of times, saying that this is not NFT talk. It's a thankful talk, but that one of the things we're doing with the NFT is we're going to have a cigar event, like smoke cigars with Cage and do a trade event. And someone reached out and was like, "Oh, we want to sponsor that," like a member of the community, and that's amazing stuff. Like you can't. That's the kind of stuff you can't make up. And it's the kind of stuff, it doesn't matter what kind of day you're having. That's the kind of thing it turns the whole day around. It's amazing stuff because, people will say it. We actually have a community that will literally go to war with, so it really is. It's amazing. I love it. Thank you guys for that. But yeah, I mean,
do you think it's because it's become more than like just we talk sports cards? Like people share with us, what their kids are up to. They share with us what's going on at work. They share a trip that they're taking. I think it's become a community that's more than we have the Fit Fam. Yep. I think it's just a community that I think at a time like during COVID where we're all stuck at home, and I think there's a bit of conditioning now. Like I don't know if you've seen this too, but like people are a little less social, even though I think we're back to normal.
Yeah, no one's anywhere near back to normal, but yes, there is a little conditioning, and with this community, it's been built up because at some point in time we were all kind of stuck in our houses, and we were able to just most of us met computer wise. I mean, not much meet in person stuff. You meet during this time, and you forge an interesting bond coming out of it that way. But I owe the Fit Fam an apology because I've been the opposite of fit for the last month since I got back from vacation. As a matter of fact, I'm going to end this episode early probably. When you see me hightail it out of here, it's because the Friendlies is arriving. Got a little Reuben super melt, some mac and cheese, little loaded waffle fries with some cheese and bacon on them, little mini mozzarella sticks.
Cage, I imagine Long Island's got some good food, and it's got some why don't you support the family businesses that are on Uber
Most of them
Eats
closed because of COVID. Most of them are closed. Most of them closed.
Is that true?
Yeah. And I do the family businesses. Mostly
I do sponsor them.
Yeah. I do.
Pizzeria sponsored by Lucas Tigers and Bronze.
Oh, that would be awesome. But I'm very picky with what I get from pizzerias. Some places make a good pizza. Some places the sauce is too sweet. Some places make a good grandma pie, but their food is bland. So when I want Italian on like a Thursday night, I will order from 3 different pizza places, 3 different things. I'll pay 3 different delivery fees, and I try to time it. Sometimes I have 3 cars, 3 Uber Eats delivery people show up at my house at the same time, and they look at each other like, "No, is this a mistake? Is this the app? Like, did the Apple send?" And I'm like, "No, guys, you're all come on up. I got tips.
So I've done that.
Let's go.
I've done that. I've done that a few times here in Mexico. Like we order, burritos from one place, and we love these potato wedges from another. So we do that, but I never want them to arrive at the same time. Like that's super, super embarrassing.
It's amazing. I want to film it because they look at each other like, "Oh shit, is there something wrong with the app? Like, are we not supposed to be here? Is the app screwy, sending us all to this address?" No, it's just the dude who orders Uber Eats like 27 times a week.
Yeah, but then they're filled with concern. They're like, I don't know if I should be doing this. Like, this guy's going to overeat this evening, and I might not have any more delivery.
Dude, are you kidding me? I like, look, you know what's in there? There's good garlic knots in there. You guys want some garlic knots? Sometimes I'll order extra because I know that Uber people will get there. But like, you guys want some knots? I got extra knots. Some people take them sometimes. No, I'm not lying. Garlic knots like $1.50 for 6 of them.
You open the plastic bags. You're like,
I say, who wants some knots? I got extra knots in here, and I'll give them a bag of 6 knots. I give each one of them a bag of 6 knots. I swear I do.
How do you know which? How do you know? What if the knots are all the way at the bottom and there's like a chicken parm sandwich?
The knots come in a separate bag. It's like a little like aluminum foil inside to keep it warm. Like you ever get from a Chinese restaurant like a rib bag. It keeps it warm. It's got like a metallic on the inside. They put the garlic knots in that. It's usually right on top. So I'm almost set. I know what the knots are.
And these delivery drivers are like sticking their claw. Like I'm picturing like the mall, when you put in a quarter and you could like find an iPad. They're sticking their claw in there, feeling around and getting knots out.
I give them the whole thing of knots. I order 6 knots. I say, here's the thing of knots. I give them 6 knots. They probably eat it on their way to the next delivery. It's $1.50. I'm going to give them 1 knot. Come on now. Yeah, reach your hand and take 1 knot.
So they're driving, they have these knots. So like their entire steering wheel is just greasy with garlic and Parmesan.
I don't know. They're Uber Eats delivery. Maybe they have napkins. I mean, they're hitting restaurants all day long. You figure maybe they steal some napkins. They probably got straws, sweet and low.
Do you think they steal food from people? Like, do you think they ever get hungry and they're like, this guy ordered curly fries? I'm gonna.
The places I order from are really good. They Uber Eats has like stickers and staples and stuff. Like the bags are all sealed up and there's signs on them that say stuff like, if this is open, if this is not completely sealed, do not accept it, and that kind of stuff. So I think they do a good job of it. Now, I mean, is somebody taking a sip of my chocolate shake? Possibly. I mean, if I were a delivery driver and like somebody ordered a nice chocolate shake and it was sitting there on my passenger seat and it was like really filled high, I might take. No one's gonna see. I might take a little like chocolate shake sip. Like maybe I don't know. Don't judge him.
I like your shirt. I like your shirt today.
It's just a regular gray shirt. This is not one that we're gonna give away to anybody. It's not like faded or anything like that. So it's just plain. Just plain.
Nice looking shirt.
But just like yours, it's plain.
Wait.
Yours is white though. I like it. It's very like bright and shiny. It's nice.
When we get our first payday, like our true payday. With this podcast, the big sponsor, Spotify buys us out. We join Barstool. Who knows? Even God is good. So when we get our first payday, we're going shopping, Cage, and we're going to get you like a whole makeover.
Why?
New suits, new stuff. I don't know why, actually. Maybe money's better spent elsewhere.
Dude, of all people to want to get me in a suit, you've been telling me since we met I should never wear a suit again. I should never go into the office. What do we need a suit for? I should be wearing.
I know, and I hate suits, but I always thought like the pinnacle of my like business career would be like I'm going to buy this bomb-ass one Navy suit.
Listen, if we get bought out and we're in a studio, I'll put a suit on. You can sit outside my office. I'll yell your name. I'll be like, Lloyd, get in here, Lloyd. And we'll do it upright. You got a suit on. I'll have a suit also.
So I didn't watch this episode, but Jeremy Piven had Lloyd on his podcast. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. So I haven't listened to it. I kind of don't want to. I feel like it's going to ruin it for me. All right, let's get into the show. Real quick.
Yeah. I'm excited about your play.
It's going to be a draft class play, actually. But rank these classes: 2018, 2003, 1996.
Well, 2018, 2003, and 1996. I feel like we've done this.
I feel like we have too, but we did a post, and there's been a lot of debate. So maybe we.
We've done this.
I got a message today. It's like yesterday I was talking about, does anyone listen on 1.5 speed? Someone said, I listen on 1.5. I tried 2 when I was catching up to your old episodes, but I just couldn't do it. So sometimes we have to refresh the content because people can't go back and listen to 450 episodes.
Well, yeah, 451 this one is. It's a lot of episodes, which is really cool. Plus the pilot. It's amazing to think about that.
I'm not sick of you at all, actually. I'm enjoying this more now than I did when we started. So it's a testament to you, man. You're a good person. You're a good business partner.
I appreciate that, man. Well, I am sick of you. So, I'd love to say it back, but shit happens. But sometime right before Thanksgiving, we're going to hit our 500th episode, brother. That's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Do they celebrate Thanksgiving in Mexico? And do they just eat corn? Like,
all-inclusive places? Yes, because all-inclusive is like mostly Americans. So when we went all-inclusive, yeah, but not here, no.
Not there. So you're not going to have I grew up in Staten Island, and I don't know if you realize this, but Thanksgiving is very big with the Italian community. They love sweet potato parmesan. They love like turkey cacciatore. It's like a huge. I'm joking. So, but in any event,
I can't imagine that they would care that much about Thanksgiving.
Oh goodness. So yeah, man, we're gonna have 500 episodes, so that's pretty crazy. And I'm not sick of you either. I mean, we're having some fun. So 96, 2003, 2018. 2018 still has to be written. It is a distant third because no one has done anything from that class yet. There's no championships won out of there. There's no real leader. We love Luka. We love the potential he has. We love Trey. We love the potential he has. Michael Porter Jr. is in that class. And DeAndre Ayton, was the closest to winning a championship, believe it or not, out of there. And let's not forget future Hall of Famer Devontae Graham. I mean, there's a lot of great players in that draft class. But so 96, I mean, obviously top side, right? You got Kobe, who's a winner, right? One of the greats, one of the GOATs. You got Iverson, right? So top side right there, just put those two up against who? It's going to be LeBron, D. Wade, Carmelo Anthony. And here's the funny part. Even though it's nearly 20 years in, you could make an argument that if the Lakers win this year, that draft class gets vaulted even higher, right? You got Carmelo winning one with LeBron. You got LeBron already won with Dwayne Wade. Chris Bosh is in there too. I'm not a LeBron lover by any means. Everyone knows that, but I think I might have to give that 03 draft class the nod.
You know who they forget from this 96 draft class? You'll know this guy, Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
I like Sharif Abdul-Rahim. He just played in Canada, so it's tough.
Vancouver.
There were others.
Chris. Yeah.
There were others. I mean, when was Marbury that year too?
Starbury. That's right.
Starbury was that year. I mean, there's a
Antoine
lot of
Walker.
Asia
Stojakovic, Steve Nash, Jermaine O'Neal. People forget about Jermaine O'Neal. Completely forget about Jermaine O'Neal.
Jermaine O'Neal was huge.
Before the Malice at the Palace, Jermaine O'Neal was, he was one of the better players in the NBA. And the NBA kind of pushed him out after that Malice in the Palace. But that was, I go 96, 03, 2018. And my play today is on the 2020, 2021 draft class. And it's going to be interesting, Cage. We've never seen an NBA Prism release, or I want to refresh it. We've never seen an NBA Prism release in this modern era with 2 big grading companies closed. And I think it's kind of shaken up what I think would have been a better than expected draft class. I think people are completely just disregarding it because they couldn't grade it. And I'm talking about the Prism Base and Prism Silver. All right. Do you know which class I'm talking about? The current one? Halliburton, Edwards,
LaMelo. It's true. Listen, I have a box of them that I opened up, and it's like sitting there. Like I packed it up.
People don't know what to do with it.
I don't know what to do with it. Sure, I sent it to StarStock. And James Wiseman was like, a high draft pick and was really good and has a great potential. And you're like, I can't grade this.
$5 is his card. Okoro, $1. Cole Anthony, $3 to $4. LeBron Tribute, which is actually kind of a cool card, $14. Sadiq Bey,
what's amazing
$1.
about that? You know what's amazing about
Anthony
that?
Edwards, $30. Go ahead.
That's the pricing that Prism rookies were at before PSA exploded everything. I was going to shows and buying stacks of Ayton at $3, $2, stacks of De'Aaron Fox at $3. You know, Devontae Graham, no one even had him in a showcase. But if you found someone who had him, they were $1. You know, and Luca, Luca was between $5 and $15 depending on when you were buying him raw. And then PSA happened, and obviously it changed everything. So now we're basically operating in a pre-PSA explosion pricing universe on those. Make sense?
And that's where I'm going with it. So here's my theory. I mean, this is a layered strategy, right? So I do believe next March PSA will be open in some capacity or another. I do believe that the base cards will make a resurgence. I do.
Okay.
Another thing I believe is that this draft class, this Prism class, is not going to be very exciting. And I actually think a lot of the guys from this class are going to have better than expected seasons. Remember, last year was a shortened season, right? So a lot of these guys, if they got hurt, Killian Hayes, for example, he was out for most of the year.
Oh yeah.
Wiseman out for most of the year. Sadiq Bey in and out for most of the year.
LaMelo was out for a while. Halliburton was out at the end of the year. There's a lot of top names that were out.
A lot of top names, and I don't think these guys are as bad as some of the market prices suggest. So I would go and I'd buy a mutual fund of raw cards. Okay, I would make sure that they're centered. Centering to me is the number one.
Where are you buying them? Because I knew that is the key.
I'd buy them on Facebook. I would buy Facebook. I would say, hey, buying 2020 draft class Prism base. Show me what you got. Paying top dollar.
And what he means by that, guys, he means the base of this draft class, not the Prism draft base, not the ones from the college one.
Yes.
He means Prism base cards of this draft class, not Prism draft. Make sure.
Correct. 1,000%. Go on Facebook, and I would have people sell to you because this is not in high demand. No one's sending these base cards to get graded. They have nowhere to send them. And if they wanted to, they would already send them to SGC and are getting it back. No one really is going to be grading that right now. So it's like, dude, show me what you got, in search of ISO or looking to buy LTB. And I would have people send you
LTB.
All of these. Looking to buy is like kind of what people do on Facebook groups. Looking to buy LTB.
Lucas tag.
I can see Cage's mind blown. Mind blown. And I would put together a mutual fund of all of these base rookies. If you want to go silver, you can. But I would put together a mutual fund of all of these rookies, $300, $400, $500 worth, the cleanest copies. Centering's the key. And don't grade them. Just hold them. Because once PSA opens, once BGS opens, I think there's going to be an influx of demand for grading these cards with the same rush because of their performance. And I think you're going to be able to double or triple your money on some of these guys. And here's the kicker. You don't need all of them to win. What you need is 2 or 3 horses to really take off this year. And the other ones are already, like Okoro's already priced at $1. Cole Anthony's already priced at $3. So you have no downside or very little downside. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton is $9.99.
You know who's cheap? My play for today, right? Piggybacking on that. I can't believe you actually did this. I can't believe that this is your play because my play is going into the season, and I nailed one before last season, and it's the same team. And this guy is my play.
You nailed someone going into last season? That's how you prepare?
Derrick Henry. I ride him as, right till the fourth quarter.
I'm not sure if you nailed Derrick Henry or if he nails you, but whatever.
No. There's a commercial. He's just, people ride him on the treadmill. He's just he rides 3 guys at a time. He gives guys rides all the time. I mean, the whole commercial about it.
Powerful. Guys, have some fun. Go and look up Derrick Henry's high school stats.
Oh, yeah.
Insanity.
That's funny.
Insanity. Go ahead, Cage. Guy was a 25-year-old man playing with 16-year-old bar mitzvah.
Patrick Williams. The name you didn't mention. We've named a dozen names from the draft class. Patrick Williams.
Well, you cut me off all the time. He's on my list.
Okay, good. All right. Well, that was literally so I like your play. Mine was basically start looking at Patrick Williams because while the Bulls are not going to be great this year, I think he takes a step up, and it's because he doesn't have to. It's because Zach LaVine will carry the water right now, right? And LaVine is great, and that's the guy who was my play.
Pam. Are you saying Pam?
Pam.
Help me out with this Pam thing.
Pam, I think. Hello, lady. I think I just said some lady. You wore tuxes to a job interview that requires you to clean toilets. Get out. Oh man, that was good stuff.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas was also in this 1996 draft class.
Oh well, there you go.
Z-Man.
Puts it over the top. I mean, no one's even looking at the '84 draft class that had Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon and countless others in it. But we don't even have to care because that's for old people. So, but
Vitaly Potapenko, a Ukrainian. Vitaly Potapenko.
Vitaly Potapenko. He was a good player too. There were a lot of good players. But listen, Patrick Williams, I think he takes a big step up from last year's stats to this year. And while he won't be 1A on the team yet, I think he will be. And I think the Bulls team is going to be a lot better than people think. They got a lot of talent over there. And I think Patrick Williams has a shot to be, one of those guys that kind of, really outperforms maybe even in the MIP conversation. Used to be second-year players couldn't get that. And now it's like second-year players are where everyone looks for MIP. So in any event, that's that I don't have to go crazy on it because I like your play and I think it's smart. Do the mutual fund, but if I'm making that mutual fund, I'm putting a nice little piece of it in Patrick Williams. You can put your piece in Patrick Williams too if you like. I'm sticking with Derrick Henry.
So when a company goes IPO, what they're doing is they're looking to raise capital for some sort of roadmap. Is that fair to say? Is that why a company goes public?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's fair. We don't need to.
They go public,
hairs, but yes, they're looking to raise money. They're looking to raise funds. Right?
That's all Fanatics is doing, guys. They're capitalizing on some good news. I wanted to talk about the 10.4 billion valuation that a lot of people covered, but I think they miss the point. They think this is a good thing. What they're just doing is going to get money from rich people to go and try to do big things. It's not that big of a deal, in my opinion. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the announcement that they have also for the licensing and stuff was to help with that valuation and to really get a lot of headline grabbing and really throw way more money than I think it's worth. But hey, it is what it is. But yes, I'm with you. Lockstep so far. Point.
But here's what people understand. There's so much money has been printed in the last year. I'll put it in perspective. So we've been on the dollar for about 100 years here. Gold standard left in 1971. It's been basically a linear up on how much money we printed. But in the last 24 months, let's call it even 18 months, we've printed over 40% of that supply. Okay. So why is that important? We always say the rich get richer. Well, when all this money got printed, most of the rich have their money in equities and stocks and investments. So they got richer. The poor, I mean, they're getting by paycheck to paycheck. Cage is looking at me as I get to the fucking point. Right.
Well, no, so I'm waiting for you to say that they keep making more dollars, but they haven't made more Bitcoin.
So the rich get richer. They get all this money. Their investments go up. The Fed keeps printing and printing and printing. The rich keep getting more money. And they're like, now I need to put that money somewhere. Well, Bitcoin and cryptos have run up insane percentages. Stock market has run up insane percentages. I don't put my money in treasuries or bonds because I get no return. I need to go somewhere. So why you're seeing these insane valuations on the private market is these rich people need to put their money somewhere and they don't want it sitting in cash. So before people get super excited over this valuation, I just wanted to contextualize it as that it's something good for the hobby. It's good for these rich MFs.
I like it. And we should use our episodes for good, right? So rich people listening to this, if you need a place to put your money, send it to me.
Yep. Go on lucastigers.com and put it in.
No, just me. Just send it to me. I know what to do with it. I will spend it. Andrew's going to pick out a couple of nice suits for me, and we're going to be all set. We're going to be all ready to rock and roll. Right? Send me your money, and I'll buy some suits. Andrew will pick some suits out. It'll be like Pretty Woman. It'll be nice.
Silver Lake, Insight Partners, and Endeavor. Endeavor is somebody who is an investor.
Silver Lake.
UFC.
Silver Lake was the name of my travel team, my travel soccer team growing up. It was a good team. I was a good guy. I was the goalie for the Silver Lake traveling team. That was a hard team to get on.
It would be cool if this money was used to do something beneficial for the community. I doubt it will be. Call me a cynic. I actually think
you mean the Fanatics money?
Yeah.
What would be good for the community? Give me your. Yeah, I love when you ask this question. You are now the CEO of Fanatics. You have this money.
Gotcha.
What do you do?
So next year at the National, sponsor National, do a well-run event, do something for kids 12 and under, bring athletes in to do autographs. Use your resources and network to make it an experience for people. To be like, guys, when we take over in 2025, it's going to be fun.
All right, I like it. A little mic drop. You're bringing athletes in to sign things for 12-year-olds and under, and the microphone drops. I love it. I mean, I think it's a great. It is a microphone dropping moment.
No, I mean, like, put in experiences for people.
Yeah, that is
right.
True.
Like,
yeah, I mean that. And
use the resources,
right?
Use your resources. I mean, National was in August. Kind of like off season for basically every athlete. Football players, I guess, are in preseason, but maybe just barely. You have so much access to athletes and people that kids and us admire. Why not bring them there? Why not sponsor the whole National? Why don't use your resources to put on an amazing event?
Listen, you're right. The athletes draw. Panini had Jorge Masvidal, who's won like 3 fights in the last decade, and the booth was stocked like crazy. And then Golden had some like really old soccer dude who I don't know who he was. He was just some old soccer player.
But putting Ronaldinho,
and then people loved him.
And having people take picture of him like he's Ronaldo. Harambe, like hey Harambe, like that's not fun, dude. That's like we're going to a museum. I'm talking about something where the kids get to interact with their favorite player.
Ken, he's still mad that he didn't get to meet little Ronaldo. He's still mad.
Ken is not mad. Ken is like using his Walking Dead coach. Ken is using his Walking Dead photo with his bat in every single like thumbnail. Going live with Patrick Bet-David.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. Well,
Jeff Wilson's name in 3-point font at the bottom.
Tiny, very tiny font. Listen, guys, I'm going to show you something. Maybe I'll do a live soon. Andrew's not letting me open it up here, but this box came about 20 minutes ago.
Open it. Live reveal.
And this is our hybrid grading approach. So I'll open it live. I don't have to do it during the episode. I don't know, unless you want me to. You told me I'm not allowed.
Dude, guys, I mean, if Cage can't paint a better picture of me, I don't know what to tell
you. Well, guys, I'll do a live of this. It'll be fun. We'll open it up maybe later tonight or tomorrow or whatever it is, and we'll take a look. It's going to be a video, I think, from HGA coming out soon, too. It's probably out by the time you're listening to this, so you can take a listen to that one as well. We'll probably put up some links on our page as well. What else you got for me, man? Are you excited about any sports?
Last thing.
Yeah.
Am I excited about sports? I love our Sunday morning whatnot show.
Yeah, man,
I love our Sunday. I mean, I love hearing that we make people money. Like I did well last week in betting, but seeing like people make money on parlays or make a few $100, that's super cool. Like one guy, I think he made $300. He's like, all of my profits I'm putting into ETH. Right. So like not only are people making and this isn't the right way to invest. I know betting is not good, but it's still nice to see people make money. It makes me happy. I don't know why.
It was a good weekend. I got a lot
11-4, right?
A lot of good screenshots. We got 8-1 on the 1:00 picks. And then I'm getting more of the Michael Porter Jr. pictures. I get people who are like, look, thanks, dude. Look, I invested in this. Here it is. Here's what I made. Here's how much it's up. So that was pretty cool too. So it was a good weekend. Good weekend for Coles.
I'm glad you reminded me. So, guys, I talked about baseball and riding teams that are on a streak into the playoffs.
The streak into the quad.
You actually would play that role really well. So we have the Cardinals. I think they're 17-game win streak. Yankees are another team that's streaking. But let me go somewhere else. I'm going to go Bayern Munich on you, Cage.
Ooh.
This team, if you guys look at their games, they're blowing teams out, like literally blowing teams out, putting 3, 4, 5 goals on them every week. So I would really look at this team and ride them this season, whether it's like over goal total or, against the spread, which I don't love spreads in soccer, but like over a goal total.
Who's their best player on Bayern Munich?
What makes Bayern so good is they have this young coach who's promoting he actually was comparing soccer to NFL. He's saying like in the NFL, they have these like chips in the quarterback's ear where, you would give the team instructions. In soccer, you have to like yell from the sideline. So very young, very intelligent coach. Lewandowski is their best goal scorer, but dude, their team is incredible. Like, and it's not just players. That's what people don't understand. The chemistry matters. A system matters. Understanding how you guys play matters. And they're just unstoppable right now. Unstoppable. And I would look if you're looking for some like I would play them over the goal total because they're just demolishing teams. They're scoring at will, and take a look. I'll leave it like that.
It's cool. Listen, good leagues, good soccer stuff's not going anywhere.
5-0, 3-1, 7-0, 3-0, 4-1, 5-0, 12-0, 3-2. Is their last?
You know what I say? Fade the Raiders. The Raiders are 3-0. They might go 8-8. So there's my betting for the rest of the year. For the rest of the year for you guys, fade the Raiders. Fade the Raiders. And yeah, the soccer stuff, man. It's not going to. Like I said, I think I saw an email. It's not on Bayern Munich, but I think Gio Reyna is doing his own like curated top soccer set. So the soccer stuff is not going anywhere, man. You know, it's pretty crazy. A lot of people like soccer.
We're gonna have Sam from Overtime on tomorrow, guys. Overtime signed a deal with high school basketball players featured on cards. So we're going to have Sam tomorrow talk about that deal. Super exciting. We're going to learn a lot too, right? Because usually professional athletes were on cards. Now we're going to have high school players on cards. Now we're going to have NIL. I'm curious to hear somebody who's in that sphere talk about it. So we'll be back tomorrow. Love you guys. A lot of you guys don't know about our Discord channel, feel free to click on the link in our bio, join in. You have to go through a verification step, which is clicking a trophy, then clicking a thumbs up to make sure you're not a robot. Shout out to our content team. Manny, Alex, you guys are crushing it. Want to give them a shout out. You're doing an amazing job. Akash as well. You know, we now timestamp all of our stuff. So if you're watching on YouTube, you know, you could click around and decide, you know, what part of the show you could listen to.
Yeah, man.
Alex is making awesome graphics. Manny's just great vibes and helping us with Twitter and stuff like that. So thank you all you guys. We couldn't be here without you. And hopefully you're along for the ride for this next journey. It's going to be bumpy, but we're going to fucking dominate.
Woo! He's excited. Thanks, guys.